Hello everyone, it's your favorite chip here, Rio, coming out with you another video. This day I want to talk about Rolling Magma, because that was my league starter. I took a break for a few days because I had to, there's holidays coming up and whatnot. So I didn't get to play for about a week or so, but this is my previous gameplay, and I kind of just want to, why I feel that's not a very good skill at the moment. Um, so, first and foremost, the skill actually, when you scale it properly, like anything else, does a decent amount of damage, and there's nothing really wrong with it inherently. I think it's just the fact that more so, the feel of it is off. As you can see from the gameplay in the background, um, not only does it take a little time for you to actually spit out the fireball, it actually has no contact damage, which I don't know if it's the same in POE1 or not, but it having no contact damage means that it instantly, for things that are close to you, means that it just doesn't work against them, which is kind of unfortunate because when you're trying to play a skill and when it can't deal with things that are up in your face, it feels kind of bad. The only way that I found that it really feels decent to play when it's when something's in your face is actually when you use projectile deceleration, when you slow down the projectile. And of course, when you slow down the projectile, it automatically means that it doesn't go as far as it did before, which means that you're basically sacrificing an amount of your clear just to effectively make it a close range skill, which sucks. But I mean, the counterpoint is just use something else, right? Use the wing attack there, and that's it's neat and all. However, um, it doesn't really feel good to have to just switch your main ability in the middle of it. And even after they upped the damage on the skill itself, it still doesn't feel right. And the other half of it, I think, is mostly due to the reduced movement speed penalty you get while using the skill. So I understand all the other ones have a base attack time. Like the wing attack has a 0.3 base attack time. The oil spit has a 1 second attack time. Even the when you fly up in the air and you're breathing fire down on everybody, you're beating your wings to stay above everything, so you're slow. Rolling Magma doesn't really make sense for that. At least not to me, because you're just spitting out little blips of fire that are bouncing across the ground. I try to relieve this and use mobility, and it does feel a little better when you're able to maneuver around a bit more, but it just doesn't doesn't really feel great. I never got to the point where it felt great. And I think maybe having more reduced maybe some reduced movement speed penalties from the bottom right side of the tree. I was thinking of maybe doing a Pathfinder thing at some point. Just to kind of get a feel for what it would look like with reduced movement speed penalty, almost all the way, full reduced movement speed penalty, full movement speed on the character with all the Pathfinder things, all the nodes down there, and maybe just rely on the fire breath's ability to melt things down, because it's very good at that. But we'll see. Um, but yeah, I think if they want to fix it, really, they just need to do something with the movement speed penalty that you have on it, because when you have the acceleration shrine, the skill feels fine. Like, it feels great to play because you're not really slowed down all that much from just shooting the rolling magma. The other thing is I think they need to add some sort of contact damage. You know how like fireball, when it explodes, it projectiles out. I think something like that should happen for rolling magma. Even if it's just like, you know, three, like if it hits the enemy, like three balls pop out and like they go in random directions or something like that. I think that'd be great. Um, Yeah, but other than that, I mean, I think the other skills for the Wyvern are pretty good. I mean, obviously, the people you see the videos of people one-shotting things with Dragon's Breath and one-shotting things with the Oil Spit, and obviously Rake does a ton of damage. I think Devour maybe should have a Devour, I think, needs a little bit of love when it comes to the targeting, because sometimes when you jump and you leap on corpses and devour them, you get stuck in places and it doesn't feel good. But um oh, I see monster level 70 in this video. But yeah. I mean, I took kind of far. I mean, not like far, but you know, far enough. I took it to level 91. I killed all of our Arbiter Bash to see in the background here. Um, yeah, it wasn't like, and this isn't Uber Arbiter or anything, it's just normal Arbiter. But I didn't really like, at this point, it just didn't feel good to clear maps with Rolling Magma, so I just kind of said whatever. And a lot of people are doing the rake stuff, but I just, eh. And like even at one point, like I was resorting to using rake just because, you know, I had to do something. I couldn't just Rolling Magma my way through. It just feels too bad to play. Because you need projectile deceleration and mobility, and that's already two of your, you know, 5 slots you get. I probably could have been able to do it because I was running low life and crit, and I did have a build that was projected to make this like really top end, but I just not gonna go through it just because it doesn't feel good to play. Even with the triple projectile thing, it just makes it slower is all, and you know, speed is the whole problem with it right now. So, but yeah, that's it. And I decided to go ahead and transition into a there's a build circulating around. I think it was on Reddit. I first saw it. Um, Falling Thunder Thor Woman Shouter, whatever. So I'm essentially just doing that. It's basically just a low life Infernalist crit stacking build with quarterstaff skills, because they are pretty easy to hit pretty hard with. Um, Kind of wish I could do the same thing with the Wyvern. It's just, like I said, it just doesn't feel as good. Quarterstaff has that kind of like zippy play style where you can, like, you're moving around while you're hitting things, and like flicker strikes going off. Um, and you have all the charge attacks and whatnot that are doing their thing. It feels more fluid, which I think is what a lot of the druid, at least from what I've seen, a lot of the druid things are struggling from. They don't feel very fluid. I saw there was a video that Pox put out about the bear and how like it felt all clunky. People saying the werewolf was fine. I personally didn't play with the werewolf. I just played with the wyvern. The wyvern's like okay. It just it's stuck into, it has the same problem that mace skills do, where it's kind of stuck into animation canceling, or not canceling, but just animation stuff. Just doesn't feel very good to move around. It's the same thing with like a lot of the if you ever used like magma shot, or I think it was, it is, for from the mace skills, you like do like an uppercut into the ground and like fling things out, and like whole thing has like a attack time and locked animation. It's just it feels bad. I was just really hoping they didn't do that for the Wyvern, but they did, unfortunately. So here we are. We're stuck here. Let's go ahead and close that. So build now. Level 91. That's how far I got with the Wyvern. I just after that I was like, nah, I'm good. Dex int, quarterstaff stuff. 75 all res. We are primarily evasion energy shield here. Max energy shield almost a little under 6k. Evasion, 19,000. That's with Wind Dancer. And it goes Ghost Shred as well. A good amount of deflection rating too. 48% deflection. Well, with 51 while moving. 50% deflection rate, almost 70% evasion. Pretty good with a 6k energy shield barrier, and almost 1,000 life under that. Oh, get out of here. So we're just gonna probably seeing this all over the place. Energy shield, spirit, just for some extra oomph. You have the crit thing. We're going pretty much generically into crit and power charges because the scale infinitely off of crit. Do I scale insanely off of critical damage because of the 50% more here? No, I do not have Pain Attunement. Yes, I am going to plan to get it into the build. I plan on going up here, grabbing this jewel socket, and putting in the new flesh skill. Flesh Crucible. I just don't know if I want less. Probably less mana. And obviously I have crystallized immunities to make myself immune to my own ignite when I ignite myself off that. So I can actually, regain my energy shield at some point. I got a From Nothing Dance with Death because it was real cheap. I picked up Wildcat Acceleration. I actually saw this tech on the guy's video. He put a controlled Metamorphosis gem here, and he picked up immunity to poison. Which I thought was really neat. And then I took it a step further and I got Enhanced Reflexes and the Winter Owl, since I have, 162 intelligence. I figured, just some more accuracy and evasion rating from that. And we got this and this because they're two really, really, really good nodes. Filled up the whole quarterstaff thing here. Feels pretty good to play. I think I died once in my testing yesterday. Kind of just generic crit stuff. As far as gear goes, this is decent quarterstaff. Nothing crazy. Could be better. I wanted it for the crit and for the all attack skills increase here. I could have swapped this out, like if I had like T1 slots here and then just no all attack, it probably would have been the same, and I probably actually do save on mana cost, but it's whatever. Pretty good helmet. Just, that's basically all my energy shield. You see that? I went from 5.8 energy shield to 3.1. This is the other half of my energy shield. It's from my body armor and that one passive node here. Yeah, pretty good body armor. Played around, got a Twice Corrupted, Coward's Legacy, helped me out. Pretty spicy boots. Gloves could use some work, but they're here. Rings are pretty good for defenses, and then obviously I'm probably gonna need to do amulet at some point. Oh, then I'm using the new flask. 64 mana regen every 2 seconds isn't too bad. Just messing around in T15s and whatnot. Alright, let me go ahead and just do a quick little... Let's do a rust bowl real quick. Let's turn that music off. Yeah, see, the idea is to build a combo to do Mantra of Destruction. So we pop Mantra, then we put our power staff on, and we can start shooting off at things. Then we just profane Ritual. I could switch this out for Repersonification, because I have the extra spirit. I really don't need to use all those, but I mean, I am just because. But I thought the guy who created this is a really cool interaction with the combo and the way to generate power charges. Aeless Chime is a legacy gem, and it gives you power charges based off of it gives you 25% surpassing chance to generate a power charge. I think it's per combo that you consume. It's pretty good. When used with this setup, because I mean, consuming 20 gives you automatically 5 power charges. It's really nice. Because, as you know, combo, you can build that anywhere, even in mid-boss fights, which makes it infinitely more reliable than the stupid Profane Ritual sacrifice setup that people had to get power charges before. And actually, it makes it so you don't even have to use the chess piece. The shock chest piece, which I did not want to use because it's such low defenses, and I just got done playing with a build that has significantly lower defenses due to the chest piece being unique. Kind of unfortunate. That's how things are. They said they're going through and buffing all the uniques to make them at least, you know, a little more in line with what you would have on that level. At least what the level requirements would be. I think it'll be good. They fixed a few of them. Some of them are still kind of like iffy. Like I think they did that thing where they buffed the Soul Core shield up to I think it's 333%. I don't know if people are actually using that. The Soul Core thing is not that great in my opinion. Come. Yeah, because I don't think there's really that many soul cores that really mean that much. I think I took a peek at like Connor stuff. 1 mana left, and he had like 6.5k mana or something like that. It's just like okay, but not great. Considering before you could have like 20k from patch 1.1, which I did play his build there. I played his Gemling. It's pretty fun. I seem like casually going through it. Oh, I should have pulled him out of the void, as they say. That's okay.
Fine little trinket.
Yeah, but I mean, even like just casually like running through that, running through there was pretty easy. I don't like that too often. Pretty nice. It's significantly faster than what I was doing before. I played that significantly faster.
Not down there.
Yep. I'm done. I'll go out and clear out the other ones after, but I'll just show a quick demo of what that was doing. Yeah, but that's it. I'll be running that for a little bit. I have some other builds in the work. I have a I want to do a Invoker Mjolnir build, all building off of triggers. I want to do cast on crit, but it's kind of looking like Mjolnir's critical chance is too low to really proc that. But I was thinking maybe if I hold one Mjolnir and one like crit mace, then I can make it happen. But we'll see. Haven't been able to decide on that yet. Don't really have too many details on that. I think what else was I looking to build? Oh yeah, there was the Mjolnir Invoker, there was the Pathfinder movement speed wyvern that I went around in the air forever to try to do. And then there was I wanted to play around with Smithic Katava's fire spell on hit with a original sin ring to see if how that would work. But you know, all those things take time, so I probably won't be doing them anytime soon. Um, maybe I'll start working on that, start leveling that pretty soon here, but who knows. But other than that, yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts on Rolling Magma, Wyvern, and what my plans were next going forward. Um, I really hope they do something to buff that skill, fix it. Just it just it doesn't feel as fluid as some of the other ones. Like Monk feels great to play because everything is so like fluid and fast and smooth. But like the druid skills as a whole are just like pretty janky. But it's okay. They'll go through their iterations and fix it and whatnot. I think they also like also on that note, I was playing around a little bit with Mjolnir, just like kind of seeing how it would feel. I wanted to use Forge Hammer, but like it feels kind of weird to play. Because again, you got that weird like that slow movement speed thing, and then really nothing to like counteract it, other than just reduce movement speed penalty. But we'll see. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Hope you liked the video, and I will see you next time.